Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Reseller Rowboat. My name is Beth, and I sell part-time on eBay and Poshmark. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you joined me for another Sunday night shipping live stream. And before I do my shipping for the weekend sales, I always have some type of topic to talk about. And tonight we're going to be catching up with me and you. What have you been doing since I've been on live last time? It's been a while, and I'm going to be telling you about some issues in my personal life and business and things that I've been doing to correct those items. So let's go ahead and launch this reseller rowboat. Hey, so I am drinking, unfortunately, a glass of Merlot, so all evening you can watch me make a very strange face. It is not for me. I don't like red wine. However, I made another pot of beef bourguignon this past week. Had to have some red wine. Supposed to put Burgundy, but I put Merlot. And so the last batch, my mom had a glass, and then I still have a little bit left, and I had to waste it. And I just didn't want to waste this. So I'm going to drink this partial glass, and then I guess the rest is going to have to go down the drain. So here we go. God, this is not my thing, but hopefully it won't give me a headache. Normally red wine gives me a headache. I got super sick on red wine in college, and I've never been able to drink it since. So Glenn was here first. Hey, Glenn, you two-timer, early bird you. He's probably not in here right now. He'll be back, though. And Maggie. Hi, Maggie. Haven't seen you in a long time. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about that's changed for me. I have not been on social media for probably a week. There's different reasons for that. A lot is changing in my life right now. And one of the things that's really been bringing me down is I've been on social media too much because of the election. I have a feeling I will stay off of social media for the most part until the election is over for a few days and kind of calms down. If it does, I don't know. And so if you've been messaging me on Facebook Messenger and I haven't been replying, it's because I haven't seen it, because I have it turned off. Maggie, I did see your message, though, right before I came on, and I responded to you. So if you need to get a hold of me and you're not getting a response on Messenger, please text me on my cell phone number, because I am trying to stay off of social media right now. And I've also paused my podcast. I have a feeling I'm not going back to it, but there's a lot of things that have happened in the last couple of weeks that have just kind of given me a sign that maybe it's time to stop, at least for now. And who knows? I might go back. We'll see. We'll see. I've also been dieting. A lot of you know that I've been putting up shorts on my YouTube channel showing you what I eat every day. I was down 9 pounds on Friday. However, we have cheated super a lot this weekend. So I'm not even probably going to weigh this week, because I've probably gained quite a bit over the weekend. But it was just something that we had to do. We felt like we had to do, and our schedule got messed up. We weren't able to go grocery shopping. So we ordered in twice, and not just a little bit of food, a lot, plus candy from Halloween. We only had about 25 trick-or-treaters, and usually we have like over 100. So I know Jane asked, like, what are we going to do with all this candy? And she's like, well, we're going to eat it. And I'm like, well, I don't want to eat it, So I was sitting here one day working, and she came in and she says, I have a confession to make. She said, I ate a bag of M&Ms. And I said, well, I have a confession to make. I ate a bag of M&Ms about an hour ago. And she's like, you weren't going to tell me, were you? And I said, no, not really. So I've eaten several bags since. It's just too tempting. And I don't know. Everybody's human, right? So what's everybody else been doing? Other than the cheating this weekend, the diet's been going great. And we've been ordering from HEB. I've actually been going there in person, and we were told that it would be cheaper than Kroger. However, we haven't found that to be the case. And so I'm not sure if we're going to stick with HEB. I mean, we're going to try, but because they do have a lot more organic options, but we just haven't seen the savings. So maybe it's because we've been ordering a lot of organic things, but even things that we typically order, they're more expensive. I don't know why. I thought we were going to save all this money, and that hasn't been the case. So Maggie, what you doing? You're going to have to bug this person. I just wrote you back. You're going to have to bug this person. So I got 5 people here. So if you would please let me know who's here. Tell me your name. If you're new, we'd love to meet you. Tell us if you're a reseller, what you sell. If you're watching my my daily diet videos, I'm hopefully going to start those back tomorrow. We'll just have to see. I really don't even have any food to eat tomorrow morning because we were not able to get our groceries today. So we're not going to get them till. So I don't even know what I'm going to eat for breakfast in the morning, truthfully. We're just totally out. I also wanted to talk about some of the things that I'm doing to take care of myself mentally and physically. And one of them is I've been going back to reading the Daily Stoic after about a 6-month break, and I'm already behind, but I read several passages last week, and one of the passages really hit me hard because it was basically about pessimism. And I come from my dad is a pessimist. I was raised with a pessimist, and my mom was an optimist. I'm married to a pessimist, and it's not always bad to be a pessimist, because especially when you're elderly, because you don't get taken advantage of as much if you go in kind of with your guard up and questioning things. And people try to take advantage of my dad all the time, and it rarely happens because he has their number, and I think it's because he's a pessimist. But I started looking at my life, and there are 2 things in my eBay business, and Poshmark, I guess, would be one of them also, that I need to change my mindset on. The first one is last month I had to talk to eBay at least 6 times. I have packages that are being bounced around the United States. I have one right now that's stuck in Nebraska for some reason, but the customer is on the East Coast. And one of them I had to refund because it's been 3 weeks and her jeans haven't moved from the day that they were picked up at my house. And so I've had to call for things like this. I'm having problems with my store categories. And so it tells me eBay's going to call you in 2 minutes, and it's usually less than that. So for a minute, I'm sitting there waiting for them to call me, and I find myself for that minute thinking, okay, this call is not going to go the way I want it to. I'm already, putting up this wall, angry, frustrated before the rep even gets on the phone. And 50% of the time, the call goes great and it goes in my favor. And I feel when I hang up that they've listened to me and they've taken care of the problem 50% of the time. What I feel like I should be thinking is, while I'm sitting there waiting for them to call, I should be saying, okay, if this call doesn't go the way I want it to go, then I am going to do plan B. This is what I'm going to do. And I haven't been doing that. So reps are unfortunately listening to me, poor pitiful me speech, a little bit of anger. And I need to stop doing that because it's not helping me. And all it's doing is stressing me out, blood pressure go up. And then I'm also talking to my wife and saying, I have to talk to eBay again. And, this isn't right. And she doesn't sell. And so she doesn't need to listen to this. She's got her own stuff to worry about, right? So it's affecting her as well. She's having to listen to it. And so that's one thing that I need to change my mindset on. The second one is Anissa here. Hey, Tara and Jim. Hey, Craig, how are y'all doing? The second one is when I get what Anissa calls the magic wand sound, the ring. When I hear that sound, my shoulders drop, I get tense, And I say to myself, okay, somebody's mad. Somebody's mad. Um, you know, it's a stupid return. Like, I don't mind returns for fit. That's fine. But I'm in my head, I'm thinking somebody's mad. Somebody doesn't like their item, blah, 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 blah. And 50% of the time, it's eBay offering me some kind of offer, or it's an offer that should have been accepted. I have auto accept on everything, but for some reason it doesn't auto accept it, and I have to go in and auto accept it. Sometimes it's a message like this lady the other day who was trying to correct my grammar in a title. And I was just sitting on the couch. And so I humored her. I kept writing her back, trying to explain to her why this grammar in my title was correct. And finally, after about the fourth message, I gave up. She wasn't getting it. But my point is that not every time I get a bring is it somebody who's mad. And so again, my blood pressure, I can feel my blood pressure go up, guys. You know, my demeanor changes. And of course, my wife is next to me on the couch listening to me grumble because I say, first thing I say out of my mouth is, uh-oh, what's this? So now today I had one and it went bring. And I said to myself, okay, that sound means I have something I need to do. And that's all I said to myself. I went in there and yeah, it was kind of a stupid question, but it would have, if I would not have answered my question and I would have shipped that item without answering that question, it might have resulted in a return. But because I was able to answer his question the way he needed it answered, he's decided not to cancel the order. And I went in there not upset. And I think if I would have been upset, I might have gone in there and been a little snarky with him, because it says on my listing, like 3 places, look at your model number. And he did not do that. So I don't know if y'all are pessimistic in your business and in your lives, but it doesn't serve me. And then the third place I've been noticing is when I go into the office physically. This has happened for years. The night before I have to go into the office, this happened ever since COVID. When I have to go into the office the next day, I'm depressed, I'm down. My wife looks at me and she goes, well, I don't even have to ask because you have to go in tomorrow. I'm dreading it. My boss is a wonderful man. He does not yell and scream like a lot of attorneys do. He gives me lots of benefits to keep me there because he knows I don't want to be there. And I consider him my friend. We have socialized with him and his family many times. There's no reason for me to be upset about having to go into the office, but I think it's the thing of I don't know what to expect when I go in. When I walk in the door, am I going to get thrown all these things at me? Because I have a list in my head of what I want to accomplish, and when that's done, I'm out of there. I typically stay there 3 to 5 hours, depending on how much I need to do. But sometimes he will have things that I didn't know he wanted me to do, and so it's that uncertainty. And so I don't know how to fix that, because I've been trying to fix that ever since COVID. And so what I've done now is I asked him, since the baby's coming the day before Thanksgiving, and I want to go spend some time with the family. I need to help drive one of the children to school every day. Would it be okay if I worked one of my days? I only work 2 days now. One of my days remotely from Austin, and then the other day come in the office physically. And he said, sure. And then, and you know, he knows my daughter. So, and then what I'm planning on doing is January, February, March, keep doing that. And maybe he won't notice. Maybe he won't ever notice that, hey, Beth only comes in once a week. Like he might eventually say, hey, are you ever going to come back in twice a week? But I'm hoping that he'll just say, hey, everything's going fine. And I only have to do this once a week. So anyway, that's what's kind of been going on in my head as far as pessimism. So, hey, Victoria, good to see you here. Yeah, I'm just blubbering on. I haven't been on in a long time. I think the last time I went live was during the week one time. And so I haven't done a shipping live stream in a while. I'm still using this work computer. I think I finally got my Dymo working. So we should be able to print labels tonight, hopefully. I am much better, Craig. Was just very depressed last week. I will be back this week. Okay, I don't know what that's about, Victoria. I don't know what that's about. I'm so sorry that you've been depressed. There's so many things going on because even when I say social media, I haven't really been on it much. Something's going on with Yvonne Thrifty Rich, and I'm only getting snippets of it. And so if anybody knows what's going on with Yvonne, let me know. Also, Pat Dees was in the hospital. Pat Dees is out of the hospital. I catch things just little bits, but I need to stay off social media right now. If you are on my personal Facebook page and you are posting political stuff, even if I agree with you, I have, unfollowed you. I have not unfriended you, but I don't want to read it. Okay. I already have a feeling it's not going to change my mind. And if I agree with you, I still don't want to see it. I want it to be over with. I just want all this to be over with and then kind of get back to normal. And that's what happened last election. I forgot to refollow people. And I was like, I haven't seen any posts from this person. And then I realized, oh, election's over, So I'm sorry you've been depressed, Victoria. Let me put you on our list. Let me see if I've got a pen here. I've got notes tonight. And actually, I wrote them really neatly and everything. So I didn't even have to type them up or anything. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so let's go ahead, while it's fresh in my mind, let's go ahead and do concerns in the community real quick. Okay, so I'm going to read this. Tuesday, we lost our 14-year-old fur baby. It was a very emotional week. I am so sorry. I had a feeling that's what it was. I am so sorry. That's coming up in our near future, and we just, you can't be prepared for that. As much as you prepare for it, it's not fun. We had him since he was a puppy, able to be separated from his mama. Oh gosh. People don't understand. I was talking to my dad yesterday. Our pet insurance doubled this month, and we were shocked. But we weren't, because they're so old and they have so many problems that we have made so many claims this year. We were not surprised. It doubled. And I was talking to my dad about that, because he said, your car insurance is getting ready to go up. Your house insurance is getting ready to go up. And he goes, I don't understand why you spend so much money on these dogs. And I said, Dad, they're our family, they're our babies. And we will, even if we didn't have pet insurance, we would spend the money. You get so attached to them that it's like, here, because I remember those days. It's like, here's my credit card. Even my elderly grandmother, she had this old cat that she loved. And she told my mom, she goes, if I take her into the vet and they say that, it's going to cost a lot of money to save her, I'm just going to have to, put her down. Well, she got up there and she's just like, here's my credit card, it's like, and she didn't have the money, even to pay the credit card. Is like, you can't help it. Right. Hey, Barry, how are you? Ho, ho, ho. You need to talk to Maggie off camera, please. So concerns in the community. I have a list this time. Rita, Scully Star Fashions, her family. Rita, please contact me on my cell phone, not Facebook Messenger. I am not reading Facebook Messenger right now. Pat Dees, he's always on the list for his cancer treatment, but he was hospitalized this past week. If anybody has an update on Pat Dees, please let me know. Kimmy, if you're watching later, you've probably contacted him. Please let me know. Cindy Y. Holly, Bluegrass Thrifts, had foot surgery. Holly, if you're watching later, we're thinking of you. She has a 6-week projected recovery time. Key Lime Kisses, Gina, always on the list. I have messaged her multiple times. If anyone has talked to her. She's not answering my messages. I'm very worried. Please let me know if you've talked to her. Adam's exploits, he's always on our list. Jennifer Hayes, continue to pray for her over the loss of her daughter. And now we have Victoria over the loss of their fur baby. Do we have any other concerns in the community that I need to add to my list? Please put them in the side chat. So we didn't have pet insurance. We took him to the emergency vet Monday night and had to pay almost $2,000, and there was nothing they could do for him. He was our baby. We would have paid anything. Absolutely. You'll do it. Pet insurance has saved us, and we didn't even think we'd be accepted because of Finney's distemper that he had as a baby, but they accepted us. It was nationwide. My wife's office switched to a different insurance company for pet insurance, but we were afraid if we switched, they wouldn't accept us because of his history. So we stayed with Nationwide, and it's served us well until this month. But I totally get it. It's every time you turn around, he's needing an ultrasound or he's needing a female barb check. Those female barb checks are not cheap, guys. Okay, so I can't even read this. Fence Guy, another update. Fence Guy is coming tomorrow. This is about our 10th fence person. However, because the guy that was supposed to come last Saturday never showed up, he was like our 9th. Okay, the 10th one that's coming tomorrow was our original fence guy that ghosted us like 5 times. So, but he did get the wood today, and so we were expecting him to finally show up. I would love prayer for that, because when was the hurricane was July 5th or something like that, 9th, and we have no fence, you know. Rat update. People have been asking about rat updates. We did catch one rat, but that was like last Sunday, so it's been a whole week, so we think we've got them all. And also today I witnessed a wreck, and I was glad I wasn't in it because I almost was in it. So what's been going on with you guys? I mean, there's a lot. I'm going to have to put my glasses on, unfortunately. I got a lot to ship tonight. I can't complain about sales much. I finally have a green arrow. I'm up from last month, which last month was horrible. And I'm up a little bit from last month, and we're just not going to complain about sales. I mean, I can handle this for fourth quarter. It does need to improve in January, but I can handle this. So I hope I have all my supplies here for shipping. We're going to go ahead and get started because I got a lot of things. Got it sorted by buyer. So what do we want to talk about tonight? What's everybody been doing? Okay, this sold for $21.92. It was listed in September. And pretty much anything listed this month was $1. I mean, this year. I mean, I haven't really. Oh, I do have something to tell you guys after this. So this is an Orvis sweater. It's real pretty, soft chenille. I think it was on one of my hauls. So how do I do this quickly? Okay. So yeah. So you remember I told y'all that story about the lady? I think this was one of my last live streams. I told you about the lady at the thrift store who died and how upset I was that she had died. She died while I was on vacation, and she didn't look sick to me, and you know, she'd been so sweet to me about my dad and everything. This goes to Joanna in Ventura, California. It's going to cost a bit. $8.92. So that gives me 7 cents profit on the shipping. Woohoo! Anyway, so I went to my honey hole last Monday, and I walked in, and she was at the cash register. And I think I probably went white as a sheet. Like I was standing there going. So the lady who passed away, they told me her name was Adonia, and so I went up to her and I go, "What is your name?" And she said, "Teresa." And I said, "Oh." And I didn't tell her what happened. She was alive. I mean, I was glad, but I was in shock. I really thought I was seeing a ghost. Okay, so let me just make sure this. I hope this Dymo works. It worked earlier. I did a test on it. We'll see. How's it going, everybody? Maggie, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue doing this Thrifted Look for Less challenge. Oh, cha-ching, Joanna Peterson. Okay, this lady, her what do you call it? Her label didn't come up. So that's a little scary. Maggie and Barry are still saying hello. Oh, I know what else I'm doing. What else I'm doing for myself? Like, I'm just taking a lot of time for myself and my family. I'm trying to slow down. And one of the things that I'm doing is I am studying Spanish on the app called Duolingo. I don't know if y'all have heard of Duolingo. One of the young ladies that I watch on YouTube is learning Chinese, Japanese, and Italian on Duolingo. And she sounds like she's pretty much fluent in Chinese when she talks in Chinese. I mean, it's totally amazing. And my niece is doing learning Korean on Duolingo. So I thought, well, why can't I do that? Why can't I brush up on my Spanish? And I find myself needing it. Like, I used to have to give directions in Houston when people were getting lost coming to the office. I used to have to give them directions in Spanish. And I was just surprised how much I'd lost because I used to be pretty much bilingual. I mean, I studied it for years. All of my classes in college were basically in Spanish. And I found myself losing it. So I'm really enjoying Duolingo. If any of you want to learn a new language or brush up on one, I just can't figure out how to do the keyboard. I've changed my keyboard to Spanish, but it's not working, and I can't put the accent marks in it. It doesn't count me wrong on it, but it just says be careful of your accent marks. So I don't know. Just make sure this one's not a Posh. I only have 3 Poshmarks this weekend. Really, I have like 19. Well, I just had another sale, so I don't know what that was. Okay, this was $475. I sent them an offer. This is a very small, but this is the dress. This is the dress I always tell you about. Sold it for $4.75 plus shipping. It's a Styling Company sweater dress, but it's a medium, and I don't sell mediums anymore. But if you can find it in an extra large, or I've never found it like in a 1X though, or anything like that. But it's a very, very popular dress. And this goes to Kim. And Kim lives in Overland Park, Kansas. Yeah, you would have freaked out too. I know. It was, I think I even messaged Barry afterwards because I was like, I had to tell somebody. And then when I walked in the door, I told Jane, I said, the lady's alive. Like, she's alive. I think this is actually over a pound. I'm probably going to lose money on this item because this was back when I wasn't weighing very well. And now that, I don't know if y'all noticed, but now if it's a pound, you have to pay more than you used to. And so that's why as I'm inventorying items, I'm weighing almost every single one to make sure they're not a pound. Yeah, this is going to cost me some extra money. If she's she's in Kansas, maybe it won't be too bad. Yeah, see, it's 5.6 ounces, so I have to round it up to a pound, and this computer doesn't have a keyboard. Dang it. So we're looking at $6.97. So, but if it was California, it would have been $7.20 something, and I would have had to pay extra, but it's okay. It all works out in the end, right? So I was actually able to put money in savings this month. I was actually able to pay my bills and put money in savings. You know, not a lot of money, but okay. So where's this going? I got to get this computer set up better. So anyway, I was able to put not a lot, but enough in savings, and then but I didn't have to buy hardly any supplies because I haven't been selling much. But now that I'm selling more, I'm probably going to have to buy poly mailers and thank you cards again, and so I don't know. My daughter is learning French on that app. I have been thinking about doing it too. Yeah, they have 30 languages, Victoria, and I'm looking at, they have Super Duolingo and Duolingo Max. And from what I've been researching lately, it's not unless it does take off the ads on the Super Duolingo. I would be curious if your daughter has the free one or not. But you can do a family plan on it, and that will save you. But I think I'm going to make sure that I'm committed. I'm going to do this every day, and then maybe after a couple months, maybe I'll move to the Super Duolingo. But the Max one, from what it says, you can get the same information from ChatGPT for free. I just don't know how you do it. They didn't tell you how to do it. But I read a review on it, and they said, save your money. Don't get the Max one. So let's see what floral. Oh, I just sold a Christmas scrub top 2X. That's what I think that was. All right, this one sold for $17.92. It was listed since July of 2022. Wow. That's a long. And this is a brand that I don't get anymore. This is Bobby Brooks. There's the pattern. I mean, it's a pretty pattern, but I rarely pick up Bobby Brooks anymore. It's just not. I mean, you can get that in Dollar General. Of course, you can get a lot of my items at Walmart, and people still pay for them, so I don't know. This goes to Tina. She wrote me a real nice note. Thank you. God bless. All that. She's going to be hopefully happy. All right. Oh, I did have something to say. I'm going to type it in the chat. If you want to try Posh Sidekick, go ahead and try it for free. You can get it free for 7 days or free for 30 days. The 30-day, it's the reason you can get 30 days is if you're already using a cross-listing program. If you can provide Sidekick tool, they call it Sidekick tools now, with a current receipt, you will get a 30-day free trial. I unfortunately was not able to find my receipt. But if you want to join Posh Sidekick, I appreciate everyone who has used my referral code, but I am now asking you to not use my referral code because I have so many points that I can barely use them, all right? And they're kind of going to waste. So I'm going to ask you if you would please use Chick Picker's referral code. And her name is Valerie. Hope I wrote that right. That is her referral code right there. And what that does is I think you get $10 off your first month. And what it does for Valerie is it gives her 7 extra credits to run silent auctions. So I hope you will consider, I really appreciate everyone who used my referral code though. And it really helps me. I can run about 35 auctions a week now. And that's about all I can do because they can't overlap. And I run them at 3 hours at a time. So I run 5 a day and with an hour in between. All right. So this rounds up to what? 8 ounces? This is so old. I don't even have the, this is weird. I don't have a 10 key on this computer. Maggie, I don't know how you like this outfit, but this top, I don't like this thingy because it's so, is from the failed Thrifted Look for Less challenge, the one that I threw away, the one that I deleted because it looked so awful. I wore it with purple pants. I liked the top. I just didn't like the way the outfit looked. So That's what this top is from. I don't know if I'm going to keep it because you can tie it, you know, but I don't want to tie around my neck. And I thought, well, and in my video, I did this, like I had it like that. And I had it all different ways. I mean, I guess I could do it that way, but I don't like stuff around my neck like that. I'm picky. Guess I need to take another sip of my Merlot. I can't believe I'm drinking Merlot. So Santa, did you get your last whitening done? Hey, Mike. How are you? I've been loving your Instagram posts. All right. I know this is eBay. Again, this is one of those $5 items. Listed it in July of 2023. Paid 50 cents for it, and it sold total $11.99. I used to wear these jeans. They're very comfortable. I just haven't been able to find them in my size. But these were a very pale blue bandolinos, the Lydia. And yeah, they were too small for me to keep in my store. I am actually starting to, as I'm inventorying items, guys, I'm taking down the small sizes on Poshmark. I'm just taking them down because eventually whatever's left of the small sizes, I'm going to take down anyway. And it's easy to take down things on eBay, you know, in bulk, but it's not easy to take things down on Poshmark because you got to do it one at a time. Oh, here's another one. It's going to be over a pound. See, I know it is. I can just tell. That's my pessimism, but I can feel it. Being pessimistic. How many of you are pessimists? I think that can't even say her name. Victoria is an optimist, I would think. Oh, no, I was wrong. See, you shouldn't be pessimistic. It's going to roll up to 14 ounces. Boy, it felt heavier. Okay, $6.23 to ship to Jennifer in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. All right. All right, time to take another sip. God, y'all like red wine? I don't know how y'all can drink this stuff. It's bad. It tastes good in the. Oh, that's the other thing. I made my beef bourguignon. It came out better than it did the last time. It came out less salty. And I videotaped it this time, and it worked. However, and Maggie, you need to listen to this. My editing software, it's called Filmora. It's by Wondershare. It does not do well with the GoPro. So when you add footage from GoPro, it stalls. Like it's very choppy. Like it doesn't flow. And so you can't edit it because when you click on it, the video's like 10 seconds back. And it took me 2 full days of research to figure out how to fix it. So Maggie, if that ever happens to you and yours is lagging, call me up and I'll tell you how to fix it. I finally figured out how to fix it. So my point was I had the whole video in there, but I couldn't do the voiceover and I couldn't edit it because it was just like chopping along, you know? And so I'm like, I did all that work again. This is the second time I videotaped it. The first time I was pointing it to the backsplash of the kitchen, so you didn't even see the pot. This time I had it perfectly, you know, in place, but I couldn't edit it. So I'll get that up for you guys tonight. You guys need to make it. And yeah, this tastes wonderful in that, but to drink it, oh. Maggie, I can see that you're the optimist. Okay, so Barry's going to his second bleaching next Thursday, November 7th. I'm a little worried about driving to just outside Atlanta, Georgia, just 2 days after the election. You're going to be fine. I can't drink wine at all. I'm allergic to any type of sulfites. Didn't know this until I was about 40. Always wondered why it made me feel so bad. Huh. That's interesting. Like, well, I just got sick because I drank a whole bottle of Spinata when I was a freshman. I don't know why I did it. Well, I know why I did it. I was depressed because I couldn't see Janice. She was in Houston, and then I was at home. I was at college, and I missed her, and I got drunk on Spinata. It was horrible. Okay, this is Shannon Ford 3X boho tie-dye with fringe. It sold for $22.24. It was listed in August, and I paid $1 for it. How many of you have ever sold Shannon Ford? I think this is my only Shannon Ford I've ever had, but I'm not sure. But see the fringe? It's really cool. That took a few months to sell. And this goes to Sheila. And Sheila lives in Monroe, Michigan. Well, Barry, you need to call me before you start Santa Clausing, because I know we're not going to talk. Once you start Santa Clausing, I probably won't hear from you. And I know that. And I was going to pay you to do Santa calls, but I'm going to need to know your schedule. And if you can do Santa calls on Thanksgiving, that would be great. If you can't, then I'm going to have to figure out other times. But I will pay you for your time, sir. And it would be 2 Santa calls, 1 to Austin, 1 to Houston. And our anniversary is coming up. We have 3 anniversaries, but one anniversary is the one that we really celebrate, and it's from 1980. And so I never know what to get her, because like I just never know what to get her. She gets the greatest gifts, guys. Always get the most wonderful gifts, and I never know what to get her. Well, I'm gonna say this quietly. She's not gonna listen. She doesn't like to listen, but I was at Goodwill yesterday, and I got this piece of sheet metal that's punched out. You hang it. It's got 4 holes. I don't know how we're going to hang this. Anyway, it's the first line of the song our minister sang at our wedding, which was "Grow Old Along with Me, the Best Is Yet to Be" by Mary Chapin Carpenter. Grow Old Along with Me. When I saw that, I'm like, okay, I don't care how much this is. I'm buying it. It was amazing. And of course, when I got to the cash register, I had to tell the guy at the cash register the whole reason I was buying it. I was just so excited. So this is Faded Glory pants. Somebody bought Faded Glory pants? Okay. These sold for $10. So the total was $16.99. I listed them in October, and they sold this weekend. So these are cargo pants, camouflage cargo pants. So that didn't take very long to sell. It took a best offer. So sometimes my best offers work and sometimes they don't. This goes to Sharon in Elwood City, Pennsylvania. Another Pennsylvania. It's the second one. All right, let's see. Sorry, I'm filling orders while I listen to you, Beth. I'm usually an optimist. Yeah, I knew that. Just be careful, Thrifty Santa. Hey there, been a long time. I sold it, but I don't find it often. Mike CC and Victoria, Swamp Picker. I thought me and Todd were the only ones with more than 1 anniversary. We have 2 and never been divorced. to wedding anniversary. I love that poem. Grow old along with me. So it's a poem. See, I didn't even know that. So when we got now the okay, let me just say we have 3 anniversaries. First one, November 22nd, 1980. We were both 18. We married ourselves. You know, we didn't know any other way to do it. We just did it. Second anniversary is our commitment ceremony in 2009, March 1st. That was in Vegas. We actually went to the wedding chapel at Flamingo Hotel, and I don't know, he said he was a minister. Did a commitment ceremony. We had friends there on that one. Then the third one was the legal marriage, January 28th, 2017, I think. So that one we had our minister perform because it was legal. And when you hire your minister, they tell you like it comes with this. He said, you know, they marry you. Well, he goes, it comes with one song because he's a singer. Like he's a popular singer. He's got CDs out. He's on Spotify. Oh God, look him up. He's awesome. He goes, I sing one song for you. I will sing one song for you. And I think he actually sang 2. But he goes, I have this song because I said, well, I don't know what we want you to sing. I don't have any song, you know. My daughter sang, and and he goes, well, I have this perfect song for you, and it just suits you so much. And he goes, you know, and he told me what it was, and I never heard of it before. And then when he sang it to us, we were just both bawling. Like it was the most beautiful. He sang it a cappella because we didn't have a band there or anything, and it was wonderful. And I don't know, I'm excited. I think she'll be happy. She'll be happy anyway, but with whatever I get her. But I'm terrible at her presents, and she's just, I don't know. She won't ever tell me what she wants, and I don't know. All right. I think last year is the year she got me the Yellow Brick Road wine. I said, how did you find that? Like, how did you even think of getting me Yellow Brick Road wine? And she says, I don't know. She says, I just put in Wizard of Oz themed gifts or anniversary gifts or whatever, and it popped up. And I was like, okay. It's so hot in here with this outfit, with this top on. I knew I was going to be hot. Next one is Fashion Bug. Don't pick Fashion Bug up very often either. But this sold for $29. It was listed in May. And I picked it up because it was a 26W, 28W, and it was cute. So let's see if I can get closer on the pattern. Floral pattern, embroidered, and it had a sash. So it did well. 29 bucks. Not bad. Need to turn this off so you don't see her address, her name. Well, it says Paul. We'll see if it's addressed to Paul. Yeah, Paul. All right, Paul. Thank you. Now this dress weighs over a pound, so I've already got that in there. So I got some more home decor yesterday, but not much. I'm out of space for home decor. I've probably got about 25 pieces to list. So I can make the space. That's not the problem. I just don't have it. I have to consolidate some boxes, and I haven't made the time to do that. And it's kind of like low priority because I do have some appliances that I need to get. I bought a Ronco oven yesterday for $18, and I thought that was a good deal because it had everything in it except the gloves. So I went ahead and paid the money. Typically I'll pay up to $20 for a Ronco oven, and if it's got the gloves, I'll pay $25. Very rarely do the gloves come with it, but the gloves do sell. So I have several machines that I need to get out of my car. There's one under this table here. I don't even know what it is. But I listed 5 machines last week, and I've sold 3 parts this weekend. So I think that's why. I'm going to keep doing the home decor because I think the more I have, the better chance of selling them. I've already sold 1. So, all right, this is one I always tell you guys about. It only sold for $16.68. It was listed in November of 2022, but it's a size large. But it's the Secret Treasures Coffee All Over pattern. This is one of the only Secret Treasures patterns I buy. Anything else I buy is a single graphic or a single saying. But the coffee one typically sells sooner than this. I don't know why this one took so long. Probably because it is a large, extra large. So because it had extra large in there, I did not mark it down to $5. And I took a very lowball offer. Her name is Nanette, and she lives in San Diego. So make sure I'm spelling that right. All right. I wouldn't mind doing some private hangouts this week. If anybody wants to hang out with me tomorrow, I am not going thrifting. So hit me up. I guess you have to hit me up on my phone because I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do that. I mean, maybe I'll check my Facebook Messenger a couple of times or something, but I have no problem hanging out privately because I got a lot to do. And, oh, wait a minute. That 8 ounces. Okay, I said 8 ounces, but then when I took it off, it said 13. All right, that only cost $4.47 to ship. So whenever I have to pay over for shipping, I always remember these, that I only paid $4.47 to ship this, so it evens out, right? I don't know if y'all have seen Casey's last video, but he talks about the new update. I just want my second store categories back. That's all I want. The ticket's been open since October 7th, and I don't understand why they can't bring mine back. I mean, it's been what? It took me extra time this month. I mean, I've made a workaround for it, but it's not going to catch everything, and it took longer. And I don't know. Sag Harbor. This is another $5 item, I know. Yeah, $4.75 because I sent them an offer. It's been listed since August of 2022. I love getting rid of this old stuff, guys. Look at that. Sag Harbor. I mean, it's a really pretty purple skirt, but it's too small for what I want to sell. So bye. And this goes to Jason. Now, actually, when you go to the shipping, it goes to Yocosta. Yocosta. Thank you. Lives in Harker Heights, Texas. Can't even see it even with my glasses. I have no idea where Harker Heights is. Never heard of it. All right. All right. Santa, I would really appreciate that. That would really be great. And like I said, I will pay you. And the one in Austin is going to be a little tricky because I won't be there. So we'll have to figure it out. The baby, well, okay, let's just say this. The baby will be here. My daughter will be in the hospital on Thanksgiving, but somebody will be there with the kids. So, but it won't be me because I'm going back to, so that's going to be a busy day for me. The baby's coming the day before Thanksgiving. I'm driving up the day before that. And then the baby's going to be born. Then I'm going to stay overnight. And then I'm going to drive back on Thanksgiving morning, do Thanksgiving with my family, and then stay here for the weekend because the other grandma's going to be there. And then we're going to trade places. And I'm going to go back to Austin that Monday. And I'm going to be doing that all through December. So that'll be kind of tricky. But, all right. Another Secret Treasures. Woohoo! Yes, it is from a Robert Browning poem. Oh, love that story. Thank you. Todd asked me what I want for my birthday this year. I told him that I want to go to a sit-down restaurant and then to a movie. We haven't been to dinner and a movie in so long. I'm looking forward to it. What movie are you going to go see, Victoria? I wanted to go see Wicked until I found out it's a two-parter. Now I'm really bummed. Okay, more secret treasures. The second one of the night. This one sold for $22.50. It was listed in May, and I paid $1 for it. This is a pair of fleece gray polka dot pants. They do sell. Now, part of Casey's video was about how eBay is encouraging that you use the white background, but I still don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm making it. I mean, maybe I would make more sales. I don't know. This goes to Farrah. I'm still on the fence about the white background because I get so many feedback on how this item is better than it looked. But then also there could be people that thought it didn't look that great, so they didn't buy it. So I don't know. Cypress, California. Farrah. Farrah with one R. Hope I wrote one R. All right. 10. I had a commenter one time tell me that they wouldn't like to receive a package with their name on a thank you note because I don't know these people. But I've never had, my feedback has always been very positive about, they say a personal note was included. I did that even before I started selling on Poshmark. So, because when I had my packing slips, I always wrote, thank you, so-and-so. I don't know. All right, next one, Chico's. Chico's, 94. Okay, it says another $4.75 item is listed since October of last year. So it was a size small. I mean, I was still buying smalls back then, I guess. Really cute cow neck sweater. Goodbye. I've also thought about maybe just moving my prices back up on these small things and see if I can get more for them, but I think I'd rather just get rid of them and I'm not losing money on them, so I think I would just rather, but I've thought about it. But I have no way of sorting them by my second store category to do that. So even if I've wanted to do that, I can't do that. You know, really sucks. So I answered my own question. Can't do that. I mean, I could look up every single item in my store that says small on it, I guess, and change the price. I don't know. But it would have to be when I'm not having a sale because you really can't change the price when your items are on sale. Did you know that, guys? It messes everything up. I did that one time when I was young. Not young. Yeah, I was younger, but not young. I say who this goes to. It goes to Becky in Littleton, Colorado. I've been there on the train. I was on the train. Scary. But not as scary as riding with Barry. Guys, riding with Barry around curves, especially, and ask Patty in the back seat. Ooh, it was rough. I'm not sure. I don't even know what is playing. Always write a note on the bottom of the packing slip, Maggie says. And Victoria says she's not sure. I don't even know what's playing. Well, right now there's nothing playing that I like, but I don't like all those scary things, and I'm not into the Marvel things. And so, oh my gosh, look how big this package is, guys. These are Old Navy baggy wide leg pants. Jeans. This is Poshmark, I know. $19, and this lady I'm glad it's Poshmark because I can put in one of those Tyvek things. This lady messaged me and said, "Are there any flaws?" And I said, "Well, any flaws that I notice would be," this is Jessica in South Carolina, Columbia. Jessica said, "Are there any flaws?" And I said, "Well, if there were any flaws, they'd be listed in the description." And so she bought them. Oh, I don't want to save that label. Why is it asking me that? So this goes in a Tyvek. So thank y'all for recommending these, even though they're not my favorite. But I don't have, my point is I don't have to put it in eBay polymiller. This may not even go in here. It's a lot of, I must either not folded them right or something. What did I say her name was? Jessica. I didn't write her a note. So I think, Mike, you were one of the people that was really pushing the Tyveks. So I ordered about 50 of them and another 100 of the padded. And that's my preference. And then one day I will just give up the padded because they do take up a lot of space. But I like the box because if I start selling reseller boxes again, I'll have boxes. I do like the boxes. All right, that one's done. How are sales? Nobody's answered me about the sales. Okay, I don't know when this was listed, but why is my eBay not up anymore? Okay, so this is a U.S. Marines. It's over $20.64. It was listed in August of 2023, paid $1. This is a men's t-shirt, a U.S. Marines t-shirt, a 3XLT. That's a really bad picture. There we go. There's up close. Looks better that way. So I was glad that one sold for $20.64. Goes to Benjamin in Yuma, Arizona. It'll probably be a Christmas movie. We can't go until December. Oh, do they even make Christmas movies anymore? I don't even know. Janie's a little upset, I think, because Blue Bloods wasn't on all weekend because there were Christmas movies, and she doesn't. We don't really watch Christmas. We only watch the same ones every year. Like, we always, and I guess it's not a Christmas movie. What's that gun thing? A Pocket Full of Miracles with Betty Davis we watch, and Glenn Ford. My favorite Christmas movie is Bells of St. Mary. I watch that. She likes The Bishop's Wife, the original Bishop's Wife, where I like The Preacher's Wife with Whitney Houston. I did like that movie called A Dog Called Christmas or something. I did like that movie because the dog didn't die. So 14. So Victoria, if you're going to be very, very sensitive. I mean, maybe you already are sensitive to movies where dogs pass away or are hurt. There is a website called Did the Dog Die? And you can look up any movie and it will tell you if any animal either passed away in the movie or, was injured or mistreated. And so I always check that website out before I watch any movie. And yeah, Bells of St. Mary is my favorite. And I watched both of them on Street. And I don't know, time for another glass of this. Riding with Barry was less scary than riding the Alpine roller coaster. Oh, really? Okay, well, I know he's glad to hear that. Posh sold Saturday. They canceled today. I already printed the label. You can still go and cancel it, but If you've already printed the label, you are not obligated to cancel it. So I'm going to let you, Poshmark will leave it up to you. You can go ahead and ship it, and they will protest it, and Poshmark will stick up for you. I'm pretty sure. They do on my silent auctions all the time. I ship them, and they won't let them return. Now, they may return it. I had somebody return something the other day from Poshmark, but they don't get their money back, so I haven't even opened it. That's up to you, what you want to do. Yeah, especially now, Victoria, because you're going to be extremely sensitive. Okay, swimming suit time. I sold a miracle suit. I tell you guys about miracle suits, but I didn't get as much as I would have gotten during the summer. But I got $32 for it. It was listed in August, and I paid $1.25 for it. So obviously that was a day that I went on a Sunday. And it's cute, but there's a small spot on the front neckline. And so I've got my arrow there. And so when I saw that and they offered me a little less, I went ahead and took it. You know, if there's a flaw, then I go ahead and do. I think that it's a cute swimsuit, and it's a size 12. So it's no longer in my, you know, where did my, oh, I threw it way over there. It's not in the sizes I'm selling anymore, but that was one of the brands that I did not mark down to $5 because I knew I could get. Lands End is another one. I don't mark those smaller sizes down very often. I cannot read this. K-A-I. Kadick is the name. K-A-I-D-I-C-K. I've never heard of that name before. And Kadick lives in Sacramento, California. Now we're on 3 Californias and 2 Pennsylvanias. So, interesting. So, this channel started out to make friends because I didn't know anybody that resold, and I wanted to make friends. And then it also became a channel where I document my journey, my processes. So I do go back sometimes and listen to old videos. And so last week I pulled up one that was like 2 years old. Something about the title caught my eye. I was listening to the first part of it because I don't listen to the shipping part. And I was talking about something that I was doing in my store. And I thought, wow, I can't believe I used to do that. Good thing I don't do that anymore. And then I've also listened to some where I've said, gosh, I used to do this in my store. I wonder why I don't do this anymore. Maybe I should try that. So if you have videos on your channel about your business, from time to time, I suggest you go back, 2 or 3 or 4 years to see what you were doing at that time. You might be really surprised. It might give you some things that, maybe you should try now. Maybe they would work. Most times when I change things in my store, I don't go back. Like, I won't do free shipping again. That kind of thing. But there were other things that I was trying that, I don't know, maybe I will go back. This is Pure Jill, size small. This was $5 because you would think I wouldn't have marked Pure Jill down, but Pure Jill, even in the large sizes, is not selling for me. I listed it in April of 2023, and I paid $1 for it, and it sold for $12.71 total. And I even talked to some other sellers, like Megan Moeni. She said she's not selling Pure Jill very much anymore. Used to be a really big seller for me. Maggie, I don't know if you sell it, but I don't know. Is Bumcrack Picker here? Bumcrack Picker, show yourself, please. Oh, they already relisted. You already canceled it? Okay. Melissa in Woodstock, Georgia. So I think I already know how the election's going to go, and I don't think it's going to go the way I want it to go, but that doesn't matter because I'm not in control. But what Janie and I were talking about it today, and you know, we just said, you know, we did our part, right? We did our part, and that's really all we can do. You know, we did our part, and I was kind of disappointed in the turnout for early voting. I guess I expected there to be more people at early voting, and so I'm hoping that's not an indication of Tuesday. But we didn't have to wait, and every time we looked on the internet, there was no line, and I was like, this is kind of weird. Like, people should be out there voting. I don't know. I'm not watching the election though, because it's just gonna be, and they're not gonna know who won Tuesday night. They're not gonna know until who knows when, and then whoever loses is gonna say that the other one cheated, and then it's just, I don't know. I'm just, all right. This is a LuLaRoe. Okay, this is Poshmark. It sold for $14. It's a 4th of July LuLaRoe top, and it has dog bones on it and a dog. Isn't that cute? And it sold in November. And I even had a 4th of July silent auction, and nobody bought any of my 4th of July things on my silent auctions. But I don't know. This goes to Amy in Des Moines, Iowa. Tonight is Sister Wives, and that's all I'm doing. I'm watching Sister Wives, and I'm practicing my Spanish, and then I'm going to sleep. Play my dumb game for hours, but I have 3 appliance parts. I've already got the boxes here, already made up, you know. But I'm not gonna pack them on air because the bubble wrap makes too much noise. But I'll show you what sold. I think they're actually mostly the same thing. That rotisserie oven I bought today, I think I'll make about a $60 profit on, maybe. The pieces don't sell for as much anymore, especially the door. Used to be able to get like 50, 60 bucks for the door, not anymore. They're selling for like $30, something like that. It's crazy. I would hang on. Uh-oh. See, the box just fell over. Thank goodness it didn't hit my wine. Okay, so let's see. Soft surroundings. These sold for $29.72. They were listed in September. I paid $1. These are really, really pretty. And this is one of the days when I was too lazy to put my flat lay backdrop down. And so I hung them up. I did not like the way this looked. I think it looks tacky. But they sold. So guys, it really, maybe it doesn't matter sometimes how you, like, I don't like my men's shirts on the wall, on the hanger. They don't look right. One day I just said, I'm not doing the mannequin. These shirts are too big. They were like 5X, 6X, 7X. And I put them on hangers, and I did not like the way they hung. But I don't know. But I was lazy on this pair of pants. This goes to Jill in Madison, Virginia. Bumcrack, you are here. Thank you. Thank you for saying hi. I wish I had voted early now. I am not looking forward to the lines on Tuesday. Well, I hope there are lines on Tuesday. Maybe not for your sake, but, you know, hope that people get out there and do their part and vote. I voted early and still had to wait in line. Well, that's good news. I mean, I think it's good news. I know. Okay, this one is over a pound. It has to round up to a pound. Virginia. Let's see how much this is going to cost me. Wow. $8.36 to go to Virginia. And I only charged them $6.99. Wow. So as I'm inventorying items, I'm obviously messed up on that one because I just inventoried the pink section. I did not weigh them, but I'm trying to remember to weigh them. I would have caught that. Dang it. Wow. That's like $1.50 extra I had to pay. At least it was a $5 item. Wow. What are we looking at? Getting there. Getting there. Let's have a couple more. Let's go ahead and look at these parts that sold. The first one is a Proctor Silex. It sold for $22.67, and it's got some coffee stains on it. So let me take that off. So you can see right there. You can see just by looking, there's some coffee stains in there. I couldn't get it out, but it sold anyway. You just have to disclose it. Coffee stains. Then the next one was Farberware. This is the one that the guy today messaged me. This sold for $26.48. I just listed it this past week. He said, is this for a 12-cup coffee maker? Now, when I looked up this number, I couldn't figure out if it's 12 or 10 cups, so I didn't put it. Normally, I will put. And he goes, is this for a 12-cup coffee maker? And I said, well, I don't know. I said, but even if it is a 12-cup coffee for a 12-cup coffee maker, even if your machine number is different than this machine, it may not fit because of the curvature. I said, you need to look at the bottom of your machine, just like it says here. Please confirm that your model number is an image of the machine part and the machine models in the photos. If your model number is not this model number, please do a search on eBay for your model number. So I had to repeat that again to him. And I said, please tell me soon because I was going to ship it tonight. And he wrote me back about 2 hours later and he goes, yeah, that's my model number. He said, thank you for checking. And I was like, well, thank you for checking because you were supposed to check before you paid, right? Then it's a Hamilton Beach coffee maker cup with handle. I don't know what that is. It was listed in April. It sold for $28.35. This thing is really teeny tiny, guys. Look how little this is. Okay, it sold for $28.35. Look how tiny that is. It's under 5 inches long. So, yeah, I feel like that was a good sale because it's going to be very lightweight to ship, and they pay $6.99 no matter what. And then right before I came on for $26.74, I sold this really cute scrub top. Spread Good Cheer is the name of the brand. That's cute, huh? Yeah. All right, so let's ship these last two items. I'll take a drink. Did y'all know that David and Christine Woolley are on their honeymoon? I didn't even know that. They didn't gone on the honeymoon. I just purchased a patriotic Santa suit. I can't wait to wear it for a Christmas in July event. Oh, that's awesome, Barry. Veronica Victoria. Yeah, I know. I call her Veronica a lot too. Well, I'm off to bed. It always takes me a few days to get used to the time change. I'll watch the end tomorrow. Bye, Maggie. Yeah, my dogs are having a really, really hard time with this time change. They want to go OUT early. They want to EAT early. Everything's, you know. Okay, this one is how much did I say it was sold for? Hold on. $15 on Poshmark. They paid shipping. It's a Maggie Barnes 3X. And I think it's a travel knit, but I'm not sure. Let me ship that one real quick. Oh, I think I've already made the label for that one. Right before we came on when I was testing. Oh, well. I don't know where the label went. I had a label printed up for it. I'll just print it again. Julie in Modesto, California. There we go. California's winning tonight. That's 4, if I'm counting right. No, I do not. Why does it keep asking me if I want to save the dumb label? I don't want to save the label. Julie. I got one more, and then I will ship these parts after we're done. Anybody else have any other topics I want to talk about before I hop off of here? Anybody make a sale during the show? Oh, that's the other thing. I can't make any cha-ching songs or juju songs right now because Filmora is forcing me to go off-site for all the Giphies and all those things. So I'm having to do research on how to get stuff like that. Once I figure that out, then I'm going to make some more videos for the channel, but it hasn't been my priority. Doing all I can just to... Oh, and see, I put this in a poly mailer instead of a padded flat rate, so I just used up one of my fancy poly mailers because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so I got one more. This one sold first. This is the very first thing I sold this weekend, I think. Some of these were sold on Friday, but I had to go out of town early Saturday, and I didn't have time to ship. So this is Studio C. It sold for $601. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it was just, I don't know why I accepted $601. But there it is. It's a extra large cardigan. Had it since 2022. That's why I took such a little offer. Had it for 2 years. This goes to Kim in Trenton, Georgia. Woohoo! Now I typically have sales overnight on Sunday. I probably only shipped that one for that guy because I told him I was shipping tonight. I may hold the other 2 until tomorrow morning because I'm getting quite tired and I'm just ready to put up my feet and watch Sister Wives and chill. And that's 11 ounces. Ooh, now I charged $8.99 for that because most sweaters are over a pound, but this one is a lightweight sweater. So I'm making money on this one. So 11 ounces. Of course, it's going to Georgia, but $5.50. See, so a little over $3 extra for me. Of course, I get feed on top of that, but oh well. All right. Well, guys, don't forget to paddle on. We're all in this business boat together. I don't know if I'm going to be going live during the week or not. That's just going to depend on how my head is, my mental space, and would like to be on next week for shipping live stream though. Again, message me if you want to work tomorrow. I'll try to check my messenger. And I hope you all have a good night. Don't forget to paddle on. We're all in this business boat together. May God keep you in his pocket. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.